Now available in paperback and e-readers, All About Nikki, a fabulous first season. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless in this absolutely fabulous African-American 1990s teen sitcom. Get all 13 episodes of All About Nikki, the fabulous first season, in paperback and e-readers today. Better get the cool slow, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue. Can someone please explain to me why it takes so long to make a TV series these days? Now, when I was a kid, making a TV series basically didn't take that long to write. No, usually the writers, as they were working on the current season, were working on the next season's episodes, and they were able to have those episodes ready when the season was ready to premiere in either September or October. But these days, it basically, you have these year and a half long delays between TV seasons. Recently, I heard that the final season of Stranger Things basically is going to take place next year after, I think, a year or 2 year delay. And you won't be able to see the next season of Wednesday until 2027. That was unheard of in the days of the 1980s, 1990s, early 2000s, and even the time before TV went digital in 2009. No, back then, Hollywood was a machine, and writers basically were a team that were able to work together to get these scripts out very quickly and get these scripts out quickly so that they could be able to have no long hiatus, because what a long hiatus meant at that time, because TV was extremely competitive back then between the big three and then big four networks when Fox came along, was if your show wasn't on the air, you weren't going to be able to pull the ratings. And if you couldn't pull the ratings, you couldn't pull the ad dollars or charge the high ad rates. So it was imperative that you got your show on the air as soon as possible, because if the audience forgot that your show existed, what would happen is you would wind up losing that audience, and that show's value as related to being able to command higher ad dollars would mean that that show wouldn't be able to command any revenue at all, because the audience would basically forget that you existed, and if they forget you exist, they basically move on to the next thing. But that doesn't really seem to matter to today's TV executives, who basically just go along and justify long delays between shows that basically keep these shows from being able to generate ad revenue, and be able to generate ad revenue that would be able to allow the show to be able to finance more seasons. I mean, that was the game as related to television back in the day, but it seems like things have changed in some ways, and it just baffles me, because again, as someone who has studied the entertainment industry, somebody who has written screenplays, someone who has written TV shows, I know that you really want to get your material ready and have it ready again so that you can get, once your show becomes a hit, you can go out here and have that next season up, well, as long as it's fresh on the viewers' minds. That was my frame of thinking when I was writing the All About Nikki television series back in 2011. I mean, I wrote 13 episodes of All About Nikki in 3 months. I basically sat down after I had finished The Temptation of John Haynes campaign and basically knocked out 13 straight episodes and had them ready to go. And I was also working on a season 2 right after that, because I understood how the business of television worked at the time. I understood that if you're doing a TV series, again, you got to have your material ready, because nothing starts without the script. And if you don't have the scripts, you don't have a series. And at that time, I basically had one young actress come to me and say she wanted to do the show, but things just didn't come together. But the whole thing is that I understood the process for running a show, that you needed to have your material ready, because again, I understand that the audience's attention span is very short, and again, you don't want to lose the audience's attention once you get the audience's attention, because you may not be able to, again, be able to command the good time slot, you not be able to command the ad dollars, or get the revenue. But these days, I mean, we're sitting here and TV shows like Wednesday and many other shows are basically sitting here with 1.5 year delays, 2 year delays. Again, something I never heard of in my almost, again, 40 plus years of watching TV. Never heard of a era where writers basically are sitting there saying, we still gotta write the show. No, what they would do is go find competent writers like myself, and they would have those episodes ready and have those episodes ready for things. Now, some people want to say that it's because they have this serialized content. This is one of the reasons why they're having a hard time writing, but I call BS on that as a guy who's been writing serialized content for over 20 years, and I also call BS on that because many soap operas during the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, basically they were serialized, and those writers could basically, again, they had to work every day getting episodes out, and they were able to get episodes out. And these days, these writers are telling us, oh, we still need time to get this show ready. I mean, what's the delay for these shows? Again, it shows me there's a serious problem in Hollywood as related to creativity because, again, the original system, these series were basically out by September, and basically you had your hiatuses. You had your hiatus usually in after sweeps in November. You had December, January, February, then you'd come back and basically, again, mid-February, start working on the episodes for the May sweeps, and then you would basically wrap that up. And, excuse me, you basically had time to, again, write those episodes in between in the off seasons, and usually most guys would be working hard on getting stuff ready, but these days, again, I'm just scratching my head. I mean, why is it taking so long to make one TV series, one series at all? I mean, it's taking, you have these year-long delays. Again, never heard of this in my life as not only a TV watcher, but as a screenwriter and a guy, again, who has studied the entertainment industry. Never heard of this at all. But these days, I'm hearing about this, and I'm sitting there going, you know, there's something really wrong. I mean, do these writers know how to write? Do they know about the whole process of writing, or has the train basically been taken off the tracks because of these streaming services? I mean, these streaming services, I sit there and go, you can't even get 8 episodes of a series out, and basically people before you were able to get 26 episodes of an entire season done. I mean, writers back in the, again, when TV was around, I mean, even in the 50s, it was even worse. You had to do 30, 40 episodes, but those writers basically was able to get those episodes out, even with serialized content like soap operas. They were able to, again, produce content in frequency. I mean, this was one of the tenets of being a writer in Hollywood, was you had to get stuff out quickly. This was something that I learned, that, again, you had to get this stuff out quickly. I learned this because I wanted to be a comic book writer. I wanted to, again, do writing like that. And again, you have to constantly have fresh material. And what I find is that it's just very interesting to me that today's writers can't really produce at that type of frequency. I mean, I sit there and I look at today's writers and I'm wondering what's going on here. I mean, I just got through writing, again, the Spinsterella Golf Girl Summer. I wrote this book. This book is like 666 pages. I wrote this entire book in 6 months and was able to get it at the market by, again, the summer reading season. But you've got writers today telling you, hey, I can't even get one 60-minute episode out for a TV series. I need over a year. Again, I can write this in 6 months, and it can be very solid. And as I was writing that, was also writing 2 other serialized books. Can get this stuff out quickly, but the Hollywood writers basically sitting there telling you, hey, I can't produce anything. I need more time. We need more time for logistics. And again, you're missing the window, because what happens is the audience basically loses interest, and as the audience forgets that your show exists, you lose the opportunity to again capitalize on your audience. And this is what's been going on with this modern Hollywood that's been, again, I look at modern Hollywood and it's in a sad state of affairs because, again, you don't have many productions going on because of all the consolidation due to the Telecom Act of 1996. And on top of that, with the productions you have in production, you have them not coming out very frequently. Again, the lack of frequency, again, is due to the lack of competition and complacent executives who would rather put all their eggs in a basket of a Star Wars show, a Wednesday show, and not look to really compete, because when you compete, you have to understand, okay, this show ain't working like these Star Wars shows. We got to get that out of here and bring in something new. If this show is taking a year and a half to come, we got to put something in this place because we don't want to lose that audience. Again, a lot of these executives in Hollywood have become complacent. They've become lazy. They've basically relying on older concepts. And again, the longer you rely on something, again, the window closes for the audience. Again, the audience is always looking for something fresh and new. That's what I learned from my years of experience studying the entertainment industry. They're always looking for something fresh and new. And you don't want to, again, once you get the audience's attention, you don't want to lose the audience's attention. This is one of the reasons why every year I'm doing these John Haynes and the Steam and ISIS series books, because I know how important it is, again, to lose the audience. And again, you don't, once you get the window open, again, you don't want to lose them. Now, I did myself had a problem with I didn't want to do an ISIS book this year because of quality issues. But the whole thing is, I always tried to maintain consistent quality as I was working on different projects, like that All About Nikki project. Again, was able to get that done in 3 months and basically have it up. And again, this was a book I just put together very quickly right after I did The Temptation of John Haynes in 2011, put it together in a spring and summer season, basically had it ready to go, and again, had it ready to go, and basically did a campaign where I did little free previews, and that led to the book getting good sales. But I'm wondering what's wrong with writers today. I mean, what's wrong with many of these Hollywood writers that they basically need 2-3 years to get a script out. I mean, you need 2-3 years to get a script out, and I can go out here and again do 13 episodes in 3 months. I can go out here, put together a over 666 page book with art in the interior, again, in 6 months. And as I'm writing serialized books, but I'm sitting there again wondering what's going on in Hollywood, where you got to wait a year between a TV series. When I was a kid and when I was a young adult, again, we didn't have to wait that long. Usually, once the season ended in May, by about September of October of that year, new season was basically starting. I mean, people basically didn't get these long off seasons. No, they knew that they had to strike when the iron was hot, and they knew that they had to get content out very quickly. They knew they had to get content out fast because you could be the hot show this year and be forgotten the next. So you had to work as quickly as you could. So people understood that business. But I'm just wondering what's going on with TV writing these days, where you gotta wait so long for a series to come back. I mean, what's going on over there with writers these days? I mean, I even heard the thing, I was watching a Nerdrotic video where he talked about George R.R. Martin and the last Game of Thrones book. The man saying it took him it's been 10 years, he still can't come up with nothing. I mean, I came up with Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. I had the idea for a couple of years, but I was able to, again, get the idea down and outline in about 2 months, and then 6 months later, had the book ready to go. I mean, wondering what's wrong with writers today, that they can't get material out quickly. I mean, one of the things I learned, again, very early on, is that once you start getting into this market, you got to get material out very quickly. And again, with screenwriting, again, you're going to go through multiple drafts, so you want to have it complete as related to the script because that's your blueprint for the material. And the script is going to go through revisions as you film. So you really want to make sure that you are there able to adapt. And again, I use a modular style when I'm writing the scripts because scripts, they get changed on the fly all the time. And I'm wondering what's going on with the writing process as related to filmmakers these days, because I'm not seeing, good quality scripts. I'm not seeing good quality writing. I'm not seeing good quality character development. I mean, when I look at the writing these days, it's not really that great. And again, you got people struggling to write 8 episodes when it took me no time to write 13. And I'm wondering, is this a product of Lucy Calkins and her balanced literacy leading to these writers not being very balanced and very good at their writing? I mean, when I look at shows like She-Hulk and I look at many of these Star Wars shows or these Netflix shows, they're not very good in comparison to many of the older shows where basically older writers and seasoned writers taught and mentored other writers as they worked with them. I mean, I'm wondering what's going on with the writing as related to TV. I mean, again, why does it take so long to make a TV series of just 8 episodes when many years ago you had 26 episodes and they were of pretty good quality? I mean, they could do 26 back then with no problem, but many of today's TV shows struggle to get 8 episodes out, and it just shows me how much the craft of writing has fallen off as related to the whole entertainment business and even to the literary world. I mean, the whole craft of writing has basically fallen off a cliff because if your writers can't produce material in a timely fashion, it tells me there's something wrong with the Hollywood system and the way we write material here in America, because everywhere else in the world, they're able to get material out quickly. They're able to get material to the stage and to the screen very quickly. But here in America, the whole machine is basically falling completely apart. And I'm wondering what's going on with writing in Hollywood these days. Now, if you want to check out how I write screenplays, you can check out my screenplay book, All About Marilyn, on Amazon.com. And you can also check out my sitcom, All About Nikki, and the fabulous first season. The first 13 episodes are in paperback and Kindle format. And you can get both of those books that show my technique as a screenwriter on Amazon.com and other online booksellers like Drafted Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to check out how I write series, you can pick up my book series like the Easteme and John Haynes series, or my books like those in the Spinsterella series like Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. You can find all of these books on Amazon.com as part of the SJS Direct Universe. And you can find all these books in paperback and Kindle format at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. And if you want to see me take the entertainment industry to the barbecue, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and Kindle, All About Marilyn. Learn all about the struggles of a faded former teen sitcom star in this absolutely fabulous 5-star screenplay. Get All About Marilyn in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteem Horror in the Hamptons. The aspiring angel tries to escape a house of horrors in this action-packed, all-new Esteem series adventure. Get your copy of Esteem Horror in the Hamptons in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.